one of the slaps was so hard, Summer head was like her head flew all the way back to the reunion. And then it came back to the episode 2.
Look, let's be clear, I ain't never took a loss. Every time I go shopping, I ain't gotta check the cost. Still independent, still my own boss. Still got bad bitches coming up they draws. Eat the beat up like a motherfucking Frito. Lucci flaming hot like a motherfucking Cheeto. This is not an act, I am not Don Cheeto. So the nigga out, treat him like a free code. Yeah, you heard right, I'm a whole ass gangster. Made him eat my butt, I ain't even say thank ya. Thought he's gon' fuck, no nigga, I'm a prankster. I can make a thug nigga feel like a wankster. Pull up down my green like Shigo.
What's up, Lucci Gang? It's your girl, Lucci V, and welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be recapping Baddies USA episode 2. Okay, so if you would like to get into a little tea with me, then stay tuned to this video right here. But first, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, ding, 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 and let's get it. What's up, you guys? Okay, first of all, I just want to say this right here, okay? Like, the clip of me talking about the Summer versus Mariah and how, like, Big Lex was supposed to be walking in the door first, and then we see Summer end up walking in the door first. I have been seeing that clip everywhere on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and everyone is putting the caption, Lucci V accuses Zeus of setting up Summer. Where did I accuse them at? Where did I accuse them? All I did was say, I wonder what happened. I'm like, did the production tell her? I didn't accuse anybody of anything. I said, I wonder what happened. Stop doing that. Like, for real. Don't take no clips from my video and use it as this clickbait and put this crazy caption and make it seem like I done said something that I didn't. Like, I did not accuse anybody of anything. All I did was say, I wonder what happened. Did Big Lex know Mariah was coming? Did production tell her? Like, I did not say, oh yeah, production definitely set up Summer. Stop doing that. Because that's too messy for me. Okay? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Like, and I've been seeing the clip everywhere. Stop doing that. But anyways, let's get into Baddies USA episode 2, okay? Now, Biggie has swung on Smiley, and then Cold Killer and Tinka start rumbling again. Now, Biggie versus Smiley. The whole exchange was hilarious to me. Like, they both was whooping the air for real. I mean, I guess if we want to say Biggie won, okay, I think she landed like 2 on the back of Smiley head, but mostly the air was getting whooped. Then all of a sudden in Smiley confessional, she had is it called hijab? She had that on her head. I didn't understand what exactly was happening. Like, I was very confused on that. I was like, why is that on her head? I don't. Okay. So then Tinka and Cold Killer, they run their, like, I don't know, like 8th round or whatever. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like Tinka did get this one or whatever, but I just really hope that, like, Tinka and Cold Killer could kind of, like, eventually get over this, and this is not like a beef that's getting drugged out through the whole season and after, because I don't know, y'all, they seem like they would be like funny friends. Like, Tinka always saying like some silly stuff. Cold Killer, the way she talked, like, everybody think it's so funny. I think they would be like a funny little, not necessarily a duo, but like, you know, like some funny friends. I don't know. Then Big Lex wants her lick back on Fauna and Tavi for jumping her at the reunion. Now, Tavi was saying, like, we jumped you at the reunion and then you ran your ones with us. Big Lex was like, when? I don't know. I do remember a jump was had and then she ran a fair one with both of them separately. I don't know if Big Lex remember that. Or maybe she ain't do them how she wanted to do them. But I do remember there was some separate phase ran after the jump had happened, okay? Now, Big Lex, she started swinging on Tavi. Her and Tavi instantly went into a headlock, so it was like she couldn't really get her how she wanted to get her. But then when they squared up again, Big Lex, she stretched them long arms, baby. It's like, it's them arms. They, like, get so long, like, they, like, retractable, like, you gotta watch out for them long arms, man. Okay, she was, you know, she did sock Tavi a few times. Then she got in there with Fauna. She was like, who's next? Hip Hop Harry. Okay, got in there with Fauna. She was socking Fauna on this round. I'm not gonna lie, you know, Fauna, I don't know, it's like sometimes Fauna be doing good with Lex, and then sometimes it's like it be them long arms. It be them long arms that get you. Them long arms that get you, honey, okay? So then we see Summer versus Tasiki, okay? And Summer did not really want to run it with Tasiki at all. And she ain't wrong. She ain't wrong, okay? And she was just kind of like, get her away from me, get her away from me. And like I all last night I saw like a lot of discourse about this online. Half people were saying like, oh, Tasiki is a bully. She knows Summer ain't want to fight her. And then half the people like, oh, Summer's scary. She need to stand on what she said. I just feel like Tasiki not wrong for wanting to slap her. You know what I'm saying? Like what Summer said, what she repeated. Yes, Krishan is the one who brought it to the forefront, but Summer tried to throw it back in her face. Like I do believe like Tasiki not wrong for wanting to slap Summer. Like, no shade. Like, a slap should be had. You know what I mean? A slap definitely should be had. And when she had slapped her, like, she had slapped her like a few times, but it was like, or one of the slaps was so hard, Summer head was like her head flew all the way back to the reunion. And then it came back to the episode 2. I was like, what? Like, baby, Tasiki too damn strong. Like, Summer ain't wrong for running away. I mean, we know Summer is not like a heavy hitter or nothing like that. So, yeah, she wasn't wrong for running, okay? Then Anna then went and popped Smiley, okay? Now, Anna was saying, Smiley was playing on her phone. She had posted some stuff about her online. After Anna popped Smiley, it was like Smiley was just like, "Ugh," and just fell on the ground and started having a seizure again. And the ambulance had to be called. And I just don't know when it comes to Smiley. You know what I'm saying? Like having a seizure is a serious situation. Having an ambulance called on you, that's a serious situation. But from the last time we saw her do that, and it was brought to the forefront that she was playing and not necessarily really having a seizure. It's like I don't really know what to believe when it comes to Smiley. I don't know if she really was, because it was just like she was cool while she was running it with Biggie, and then all of a sudden after Anna popped her, it was just like, like. So I don't know. I don't want to accuse nobody of lying and faking their illness, y'all. But I just personally, I don't know if it was for real or not. I ain't gonna lie. Like, y'all could comment down below and let me know. Was Smiley really having a seizure? Did she really need medical attention, or was she putting on a show? I'm conflicted. I don't know, honey. Okay. Then Krishan starts saying like, "Oh, they let Summer fight by herself. They know who to, they know who to fight and who not to fight." And woo woo. She wasn't saying no names, but I mean, clearly, if she's saying they let Summer fight by themselves, she's talking about Lex and Dolly. So Lex had chimed in and was like, "What? So you wanted us to jump your sister?" She like, "No, but I'm just saying y'all know who to do that with." Now I do remember when they first filmed that scene a while ago. I think it was like maybe Scotty and somebody else. I don't know. They was like saying like, oh, Krishan had checked, made it seem like Krishan had checked them and nobody said nothing. Big Lex was responding back. She didn't seem scared or nothing. She was like, okay, like I don't agree with what Summer said. So she had to get that. Like I had to let them handle that. Like it was nothing for me to jump in about. And Krishan still was pressing it. But it was just like, girl, so you wanted them to jump your sister? Like, I'm confused. Like, and I guess maybe she was like basing it off of like the previous season where Dolly was jumping in everything. Lex was never really the one to want to do the jumping, anyways. For real. But I guess maybe she wanted them to keep that same energy from the last season. But it's like, girl, this your sister that they would have been jumping in on. So why would you even be mad about that? Like, or why would you even be trying to check anybody for that? Like, I don't know. It was like Krishan gave like really trying to check temperatures this whole episode, because she even had said something to Tanisha later on, and then she said something to Lex and him again. It was like she gave trying to check temperatures, but I was just like, I didn't understand why she was checking temperatures, and she was just saying like she's like so godly and not coming in there on that kind of timing. But it's like, if you checking temperatures, then like you checking them for what exactly if you're not trying to run fades? Like, I don't know. I was confused on her whole like energy this whole episode or whatever. So then Tinka ended up snatching off Tommy wig. Now we know Tommy brought that pew pew on the last season that we saw Tinka on. And the pew pew, it had affected Tinka and Rolly. So Rolly already got her lick back. Tinka didn't get hers back, so she just snatched Tommy wig off, child. I'm like, Now we know Tommy is not the best brawler, like so. But I mean, she did deserve her lick back. Like you brought the BB pew pew and did that to Sinker, so you did deserve. You lucky all she did was snatch the wig, because she really should have been A-Town stomping on her head. So then we see Tasiki trying to get to Summer again. Summer's like, get this B away from me, get this B away from me. Tasiki is like, watch your mouth. You saying get this B away from me, watch your mouth. She trying to swing on her. She telling Krishan, you slap her in. Krishan not slapping her. And, you know, Lex was standing in between them, like, trying to block Summer from Tasiki hitting her. So I don't understand how they saying, like, Lex wasn't having her back. The only thing she wasn't doing was swinging on Tasiki, and I agree with the not jumping in, because Lex was like, I don't agree with what Summer said about your sister. So it's just like, I can't jump in on something like that. And Krishan was like, that's a good cop out. It's not a cop out. That's for real. I would feel the same way. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if I mentioned this before, y'all. If y'all watch my stuff about Now That's TV, then you probably saw me say it before, because they mention kids and stuff a lot on there. I don't like that. I don't agree with talking about people kids and they dead relatives and stuff what Krishan accused Tasiki of, like stuff like that. I feel like if one of my homegirls to say something about somebody, like I've been in a situation before, one of my homegirls, she said F someone's deceased baby. And I was like, oh, you on your own with that. I don't agree. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with you saying that. You're on your own with that, boo. Like, I'm not hopping in nothing like that, because I don't want nobody to think that I'm backing you up and I'm agreeing with what you said, because that's disgusting and that's trifling to say that. So I don't think Big Lex and Dolly not wrong for not trying to jump to Siki over that. Because I mean, even in the scene before that, Summer was like, I'm standing on what I said. It is what it is. Boo boo. She just was a little frightened when Tasiki got in her face, but I don't think they wrong for not wanting to jump in on that. Okay. Um. So then Summer wasn't trying to fight Tasiki, so Mariah getting that tag me in. It's like I don't know who Mariah be feeling like. Like, I don't know if she thinks she like a heavy hitter or something, but she did not win that against Summers. And Tasiki was looking disappointed. Like, girl, you didn't act like you acting like you about to take a fade for me, and then you didn't even tell her. Sit down. Sit down for real. So also, I didn't even know that Rolly and Tanisha had any issues with each other, but I guess they had exchanged some words on the internet. I never knew about that. Y'all know I don't follow T pages. I only really see like what comes up on my explore page, or if I'm scrolling on Twitter, or sometimes y'all DM me stuff. But I never knew that Tanisha and Rolly were exchanging words, but they were able to hug it out, forgive each other, apologize, and move forward. And it was like Krishan was even seeming irritated with that. And I was just like, what is Krishan's deal? Like, I don't know. Also, Krishan looked really pretty on these 2 episodes too, though, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that in the last video. Like the zoom ins on her face, I'm like, she looks really pretty. Um, so then Lemmy comes in and he says that, the reason why we got all y'all here for real was because Natalie is not going to be as involved in this season, and we looking for some people to take charge and da. I'm like, nah, he's trying to replace Natalie. Like, is he trying to replace her with Tanisha? Is he trying to look for a replacement? Ooh, the tea was piping hot on this episode too. Okay, so then the next day, Krishan ended up inviting her friend Marsh to, I guess, come on the road with them or whatever the case may be. And you guys know, on, I forgot whatever season was. Maybe it was like Midwest season. I don't know. Whatever season it was, Marsh and the other girl had jumped Tasiki for Krishan while Krishan was pregnant. And y'all remember Tasiki gave Marsh the ultimate can of whoop ass. Okay? We remember that. Now, I did see a clip on like Twitch or something where Marsh and Tasiki was around each other, but then Marsh had kind of got online and said something slick. Like, so I don't really know like what the relationship is or what the vibes is between Tasiki and Marsh, but Tasiki was not happy about that. About Krishan inviting Marsh, and she started bugging up and going off, and Krishan was acting so confused. But it's just like, I understand how she may have felt like it was weird having her come back in this environment, the environment that she jumped me in before. And then especially if you did not discuss it with Tasiki and let her know, like, girl, I'm low key gonna invite Marsh. Like, I thought it was weird. And then, Tasiki was saying that Sapphire was like, don't beef with your sister. And she said, Krishan said, oh, Tasiki just my blood, Marsh my real peoples. And it's just like, that's weird. Krishan tried to make it seem like Tasiki was the one being weird in that situation, but in that particular situation, I don't feel like Tasiki was wrong for feeling that type of way. Because why you bringing Marsh? Like, why you bringing her? It's like you feel like you need some backup or something. Like, I'm your whole sister. I'm your backup. Then you got your other friend, DJ Sky, here. So it's like, what did Marsh need to be included for exactly, anyways? It was just weird. Okay. So then on one of the sprinters, Summer is telling Tinka, like, you don't really like Dolly. And Tinka, like, what make you say that? And, Summer starts bringing up some stuff like, you used to be on camera being cool with us. And then we would see your confessionals and you were saying little slick stuff and da 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 da. And then Tinka said something like, oh, well, Dolly, weren't you the one that had to sit down with Diamond? And you was like, yeah, when my hand get right, I'm going to run it with Tinka and da 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 da. And I don't know how Tinka did not notice she wasn't paying attention. And Dolly started taking her purse off, and she was like, "What you want to do now?" Mac, 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 and start digging in Tinka. I was like, gags me, okay. And it looked like on the next episode, it looked like Tinka got a black eye. So Dolly, her hand, it wasn't broke on this episode, okay. I'm gonna tell you that much right now, okay. I do feel like they could have like combined this episode with episode 1 or something. Like, I don't know. It just, I don't know. I feel like they could have combined that. And I saw a lot of people upset that, I guess last week, Lemmy said if they got Baddies USA trending, he would release 2 episodes. And then he put out a statement saying, oh, he can't release 2 episodes. So people kind of felt bamboozled. You know, baby, y'all do not play about Baddies. Like, I love that for the franchise, like, because y'all just do not play, baby. Y'all was ready for the episode 2. Y'all got it trending. Y'all got it going. Now y'all mad at old Lemmy, honey, okay? But yeah, next week looks crazy. Tasiki is gonna be getting Summer again. Dolly and Tinka running the fade. Who else? It looked like Anna was getting into it with somebody. I wasn't sure who. But yeah, y'all. Also, there was one more part that I forgot to talk about. There was a part where Gretchen was like trying to get Anna or something, and they grabbed her, and then but she kind of was like near Tasiki, and Tasiki was like, "Get up out of here!" And it was looking like Gretchen thought she was trying to dap her up and was smiling and laughing. It's like, girl, she's not smiling and laughing. She's gonna get you. She can't get the Summer how she wants to. She's gonna get you next, Gretchen, and you already lumped up, sister. So stop laughing and giggling into Tasiki's face, okay? But yeah, you guys, that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you for watching.